the sun. Yeah. Make sure everything's over here. Again, just making tweets. Okay. Okay. Make sure I got. Make sure I got. Oh gosh, no. No, okay. No, okay. No, stop doing that. Stop doing that, god dang it. Alright. Alright. It's frickin' echo. Anyway.
Oh, is there?
No, it's on my end. Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. Okay. Alright. I think. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. I think. Hold on. Let me just before I start. Let me make sure nothing. Because I did just got out of something. All right. It's closed. Yeah. Okay. All right, and then. Yeah, I don't have too much running. All right. Okay. Okay. I think I'm ready to say hi to Miss. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. I just performed epilepsy. Anyway, talking. Am I so just blanking the whole thing? But talking tonight with this beautiful human being, Miss Faye Lynn. How do you pronounce the last part of your name?
Lynn Soleil.
Lynn Soleil. Oh, that is such a beautiful sunset name. Soleil.
Thank you.
No, like, who is this again? No, I'm kidding. Of course, you are this very high spirit, very beautiful just kind of full of like positive attitude on YouTube, um, and doing cosplay vlogs, going traveling everywhere that you can think of. You're probably going to Antarctica, maybe Canada, maybe everything. On top
Go
of
to
stuff.
Antarctica. Why not? See what's
No,
down there.
I mean there could be cosplay conventions down there, but no, no. You do a lot of geek related lifestyle vlogging.
I do. It's so fun because I get to be around a lot of people who like to geek out. I'm not the biggest geek in the world, but I love being
You're
able
you're
to
you're
learn
not the
about.
biggest geek in the world. What are you talking about?
I mean,
What are you
I
talking
grew
about?
up on it. I used to be really into it, but now I'm thankful that I get to be around friends who do it all the time, nonstop. And so I just get to ask them questions about the newest series that they're watching because there's just so many animes that I haven't been able to catch up with. I grew up watching several, but when it comes to newer ones, I'm not really up to speed. So it's tricky.
So you tell me you go to conventions, you hang out with all these nerds, and you're like, yeah, I don't understand anything you do.
That's not true. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Let me be clear. I know. Oh, great. This is how we start. This is how I already reached the top. I'm on the way down now. No, I'm just kidding.
No, hey, like part of my way of uplifting my guests is teasing them a bit. So that's just part.
No, you're you're totally fine. I grew up watching like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, of course the
Okay.
classics in that way where it's like you have these old school. I mean, Yu Yu Hakusho has certainly made a recent comeback just because like the live action. And I haven't been able to watch Demon Slayer. I know I've heard it's really good, but I do know the characters because I do see a lot of people cosplay those characters. So of
Mm.
course you just get curious enough, you get to ask about it, you learn about the characters, especially when someone's passionate about it. So I think it's cool. I mean, I talk to artists, I talk to comic book publishers, and even other cosplayers, and it's been really cool to just learn about their story and how they kind of got into the just geek out and just do this as like a full time thing or just anything like that.
Okay, so pretty much like okay, so if you don't like get into anime, or at least not as much as you used to, if you're not like that deep into it, like why make your vlogs? Now I know you do other things besides geek related vlogs, but just in general make that a big part of your YouTube channel.
Honestly, I think it's more of a dedication for myself to get back to the things that I did enjoy.
Okay.
So like basing my YouTube channel off of like my inner child is it's like it's not necessarily forcing me, but it's kind of like making myself accountable to go back to the things that I always loved. And sometimes because I overthink a lot, I'm always like,
Mm.
okay, how do I do this better? How do I improve this? So I'm always researching, like, how do I learn this new skill or how do I make this better? And people are like, what do you do in your free time? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm always researching or something. Like, I do that in my free time. So I think this is for the reason of just making sure I find my way back to actually do things that I can say leisurely instead of it being something that's more research based.
So what got you like? I know you're wanting to get back in, but what caused you to fall out of these passions originally?
Life, I mean, I just think life was just life and I just needed to focus on the first thing in front of me, or just like I could honestly say just I don't know. I think it definitely was just life and expectations that I was living up to that weren't my own, and trying to figure out exactly what it was that I wanted to do. I felt like I was trying to figure out a lot of things. I would watch the stories and I'd be like, man, that's really cool. They really got to figure out who they are. Wait a minute. Did I even figure that out for myself? It's like, and so I had to kind of figure out what that felt so I could feel more centered in myself because I can say I enjoyed it and I feel like I watched a lot of it to kind of escape. And so then I was like, well, I don't want to escape from anything. I just want to watch it to enjoy it. So let me make sure things in my life are good. So then I can go back and enjoy it and just be good, you know?
Okay, because even when you go back to how your YouTube channel began, like before, you kind of dived real deep into, your adventures in cosplay conventions. You were just simply in front of a camera. Like one of your first videos was at the park while black. Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. That one. I mean, I think it was just something to kind of get out of my head because it was just something that happened that was crazy. Like I literally one of my favorite parks that I would go to. I've always went there to journal. I've always went there to just kind of be very mindful. And so I could explain that so you don't have to really waste your time on the video because it is such an interest. It's one of my newer videos, of course. I'm very critical of it. And I'm like, I learned so
No,
much then. But
look, you have such a beautiful, like, happy spirit. Like, I think people would go back to you and they would love watching those videos. Because
I
I would
appreciate
watch
that.
it.
I really appreciate that. It's
What?
well, it's crazy because like I think it was just like I had a long day, and just like anything, like you get a meal or something like that, and you're like I want to eat it at the park, and then after that I'll walk it off. Like two for one. I could be a responsible adult. I kind of escaped a little, but then I can go back and balance things out. And I went to I ate my food in the car. I went to throw it away, and I started my walk. Well, someone in the van pulled up to me and was like,
Mm.
"Hey," and I was like, "Hey," like just chilling,
Hey.
like chilling. And they're like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Sure." And they were like, "Why did you get out that car?" And I was like, "Because I just finished eating. I was about to walk." They're like, "But that's not your car." And I was like, "Yes, it is." And they were like, "How?" And so I just kind of like raised my key and kind of like raised my eyebrow, and they just looked really confused and sped off. And so when I was just so surprised by what happened. I was just kind of like, uh,
Okay.
whoa. And so I just walked mindlessly there until I was done, and I said, okay, it's time to go home. Like it was such an interesting experience, and I haven't had anything quite like it since then. But I wanted to
Okay.
just put a video there just because I was just like, wow, it just kind of it was just surprising to me at that time.
So did that person like later come back go like I'm sorry, hey, I'm so sorry for that. I actually do have black friends. I'm not racist, trust me.
Nope. No, they just like it was so interesting because when I looked at them and because like I really was just genuinely like trying to understand, they looked so confused and they just like sped off, like they like peeled out, like literally in this park out of like sight. I don't know where they went, but I was just surprised more or less.
That was that oh crap, I'm about to get canceled moment. That's what they left.
I it was just so shocking. I was like really just stuck with it. So yeah, that's what that video is about. I just was like, talking about it. I was just like a space to express that because I was just like, that was when a lot of things were happening and stuff, and I just wanted to be able to just be mindful of what happened, but also just show like gratitude that I'm thankful that it was like it could have went so many ways, and I'm just thankful that I was able to just kind of reflect on it and be like, okay, you know,
Okay.
yeah.
No,
So
I'm
it was an interesting time to think about that, So
and keep in mind this is 4 years ago, or at least back, but like, still it's at least a good couple years away from now. Like when you published this video, right? To kind of explain your not explain, but just express that bizarre situation you went into, like that yeah, June 16th, 2020, which that's a very specific point to be encountering something like that. Now you
hmm
fast forward 4 years later. Do you feel like you still experience things like that?
I would say to that, I feel like that was the first experience where I really had it up close, where it was just kind of more like a like, hey, I need to ask you specifically something. You know, I've never experienced it at that level before, and even to this day, I don't think I've ever experienced something quite like that. So it was just kind of surprising in that way, but I think that was it was an interesting one time of occurrence where it was just really like that. So it was just kind of interesting and made me really reflect on.
That's important. Well, I mean, of course, you don't deserve any of that BS. That's. I mean, you know, you can mind that for content, but um,
It was I was like, well,
like, oh, I got a video now.
I
I was just gonna hang on the
I guess
card
when
that
if I was
TT.
running low on video ideas, then I certainly got one from there. I was like, well, I guess I got something to talk about. Wasn't what I was expecting, but I guess here goes nothing.
No, no. Well, the other reason I bring this up because like your YouTube channel even tells its own story. Like the way you started off, even in your journey, like having not just that experience, but also even like before that, 5 ways to be happy right now, and kind of you fast forwarding and like now your videos are all about your experiences going to different conventions. And I mean different conventions, going to BlurredCon. You were at DreamCon and I never even ran into you. 2 years? I was like, wait, you were at DreamCon 2024 and 2023? And oh my
Yeah,
goodness, oh my goodness. Um,
yeah, I was there. This was my second year going. It was so nice.
yeah. Yeah, and it's, I think, because so many things happen in and just to even kind of put things on a positive spin for you, like so many things happen in life that people go through, and you know, so much drama, toxicity, all that sort of things that can be exhausting to consume, even on the internet every day, hearing about stuff going on in the world. And well, I mean,
Absolutely.
look, your channel's your voice. You should speak out on anything. But the fact that you have this very positive, sweet natured spirit, just talking about the experiences you've had at conventions, and just almost be encouraging that type of fun. Like, yeah, you should definitely try going out to these conventions. Or would you agree that's at least your purpose on making these types of vlogs?
Yeah, definitely. Because a lot of the people who usually will respond or comment on my videos, they'll say, "Oh, I never had an opportunity to go," or "Oh, I've always wanted to go to a show like this." So I do that for them, where it's like, right now you may be vicariously living through me, but one day when I continue to grow, I want to be able to do giveaways where it's like I can give people three-day passes so they can experience it for themselves, because I think everyone, even the channel, like really trying to get back to centering it to the inner child, like because it's kind of cool. Like when you go to comic conventions, everyone's just a kid. They're having fun.
Yeah,
People are playing with sabers. They're doing the sound effects. You know, it's like you're a
yeah,
kid at these conventions, and I think everyone should experience that at least to have the feeling to be yourself and talk about things you're passionate about without judgment or anything like that. And so if I'm able to have someone know or see what that experience looks like, let alone allow them to experience it for themselves, I would be more than happy.
no, and that is important. But like even part of your videos, not just having your experience, but a lot of them have a title life lessons, lessons of this month, mid-year lessons.
Mhm.
So do you set goals for yourself like I have these different lessons that I want to learn. Every day I wake up and I decide I want to make a video. I wanted to think about what lesson, or I just want to make a video.
I feel like it's in between because I could not say that's high praise to say that I wake up every day and I'm like, I know what lesson I want to learn today. That
Oh, you
would
should.
be the optimal epitome, like what I would like to get to. However, I'm not there yet. So it's in the middle where it's like I want to make a video because sometimes I'm not really that active on social media. I do little things like I'll show up in pockets and then disappear. So when I do these life events or the monthly reviews that I do on my channel, I just pop up at the end of the month and I'm like, hey guys, I know you probably haven't seen me in a while, but I want to let you know this is what happened in my month. I had highs, lows, and here's the lessons I learned along the way. And if you guys had any and the same like that, you can let me know in the comments. It's kind of like a community building thing to just kind of check in with everybody to say, this is what's going on with me. What's going on with you?
Okay. Now, how does someone like you even afford to? Now, I don't want to say like, how's your broke butt get into all these events? No, but reality, traveling is not cheap. So, like, what is your strategy to be able to go to these different events? Because you have a list of
Great
conventions.
question. Another great question because it is a great point to say yes, these shows are very yes to all. But the funniest thing is that's why I always wrap it around with lifestyle because I kind of manifested this opportunity when it comes to being a cosplayer. One, because I always looked up to cosplayers, thought they were so cool, but I wasn't able. I used to sew when I was a little bit younger, but I made pillows. I couldn't make full out outfits and what cosplayers do now. So I was at a show with my father, and someone ran up to me and literally was like, I don't want to be weird, but you are the perfect height for my character. And I said, what? And he's like, can I tell you more about her? Long story short, it was an indie comic book publisher and creator who had his own comics, but he also had made the costume of that character and
Mm.
was like, if you come to shows, you'll get in for free and you dress up as the superhero. And I was like, well, that's awesome. And I've been doing that for 6 years now. So that's how I've been able to go to so many shows because I cosplay as a comic book character and I get to go and meet all of these wonderful people and also get to experience all of this without having to actually pay for entry because I'm technically working.
Well, okay, so paying for entry is one thing, but when you're traveling, I mean, of course, there's the paying for the flights, paying for the hotels. Then you gotta put money for food aside. Like, is all that? I mean, where
I
does
have
the
to worry
budget?
about really.
Oh wow, okay, that's awesome.
I travel with them. Yep, I travel with them, and I don't have to worry about that. They've taken care of that. They've been very great with me. Freestyle Comics has been amazing, and it's
Okay,
been crazy. It's crazy to think it's been 6 years.
that's awesome. Like, it's great to even have those connections because, yeah, as mentioned, going to conventions. I mean, everybody's got their strategy to be able to afford to go to conventions, but it's not always easy for everybody. So the fact that you have
Totally.
that gateway, that's great, and that you can mine that for content. Um, and mentioning cosplay because your channel is about cosplay, or at least the three vlogs, lifestyle, self improvement. But you consider yourself a cosplayer. Do you like where so if you were to kind of compare and contrast the different types of things you do, would you prefer yourself as a cosplayer or as a vlogger?
I would say I was a little bit more of a vlogger. I still have friends that get on me all the time to say you're a cosplayer too, and this was the opportunity to be able to cosplay where it's like I've had this suit and it was a suit that was tailored to me, so I had that opportunity, and it wasn't a suit that I technically made. So of course they're like, well, you're still dressing up in it. You people see you as the character, so you are a cosplayer. You don't talk yourself out of it. And I was like, you're right. And it's just like I've done this character, I've been wearing this character for like 6 years, so it's just like when it comes to like, oh, when's the next cosplay you're gonna do, it's like, really, I don't know. Just because cosplay is not a cheap hobby, certainly is not when it comes to
No.
certain outfits, when it comes to the planning, and even with people when they do that for shows. I've talked to many and they say when they go they have 3 different outfits, they have it all planned, and it takes a lot of work. So I would say I'm more of a vlogger.
Okay. Okay. Would you want to like dedicate your like at any point want to dedicate yourself to cosplay, as in like cosplayers, have their own like cosplay pages. Do you ever see yourself doing things like that, or like just stick to vlogging?
I'd love to actually aspire to that because I love art in general. I have a lot of I'm a Virgo. I have a lot of
Okay,
I just feel like I
Virgo.
need to put that out there. I need to just put that out there. I have a lot of Pinterest boards for like mood boards, inspiration of certain styles that I would want to do if it came to certain shoots or pictures and different characters and who I would want to cosplay and why. So I could see that. I have a lot of plans and ideas that I have tucked away. Like kind of like Disney, I have my own little vault as well when it comes to these ideas and things that I just haven't brought to anyone yet. But it's like when the opportunity comes just right, I think it'll be the time to reveal it. But I definitely would love to do that, honestly, in the future.
Okay, okay. You sure? Because you are a beautiful human being. I think you would rock a cosplay.
I appreciate you.
No,
I
no.
appreciate you. A lot of people tell me you need to do more cosplay, and it's like I'm working on it. Okay.
I mean, work at your own pace. What? It's like
Yeah.
the world doesn't end tomorrow. Maybe it does. I don't know. But
I don't know. I didn't get that phone call. What is it? That happens before we get GTA 6. Come on. It's like everything's happened
everybody
before
talking
GTA.
about that.
We got a second moon before GTA 6, we got to Did you hear about that?
Well, okay, so I mean, because you're because I've seen your vlogs um and know a lot of it's about cosplay and like comics, and some of the events are games too. Do you like do you because I'll see you're on Twitch. Do you consider that even at least the gaming side like a factor into your content, or just you just enjoy playing games? Just do that.
Playing games. I mean, the thing about it, the reason why I wanted to base the channel on my inner child is because these are all the things I enjoy to do. Because I grew up playing games. Like I had a NES. We had the Sega. I used to
Okay.
play old arcade games.
Okay.
Like I did all of those. So there's certain games I do miss playing and I want to get back to because I feel like I'm just not half as good as a lot of these gamers out here. They would totally kick my butt. But I just like the play because it's just fun. I like the interaction and just playing with friends. And when I was in college, me and my friends would play Mario Kart a lot. We would have dinner together. We would watch our favorite show or YouTubers, and then we would play video games. And for me, those were like the best nights, even though they literally were just like, we sat down on the floor and ate ramen or something like that, like college meals or something. But it was truly incredible because I still to this day remember those moments and I think they were amazing. So yeah, I mean, I would play games just to chill and get to know people. I think it would just be a community thing.
But you said like do something that makes you feel in your inner child. GTA is like M for mature. There should not be any kid out there in the
But
history playing that
listen,
game.
Linda, I swear, like I can explain. I can explain. I grew up. We weren't supposed. Okay, so some of my cousins were older than me. One was younger,
Okay.
some were older, but they had GTA. I can't
Mm,
remember which one it was. It was older. You know what I mean? Like one
yeah.
of the earlier ones. But I remember it, and we would play it, and it'd be like, "Yo, how do you get this car?" And you're like, "You just take that person out." And I was like, "Yo, so you stole it?" Like I learned all of that, So we would play that game, and it was just hilarious. But
Oh.
yeah,
And your parents just let you play these violent video
I don't
games.
think they really knew, We were just playing games in the basement. We had so many games and so many things to do. It wasn't like they were like, "All right, bye, mom and dad. We're gonna go play GTA." It wasn't like we were telling them we were gonna play this game. We were just like, "Hey, you
Oh.
want to play a game? Hey, we have this." I was like, "Oh, cool. Let's do that."
I mean, you don't know. Maybe they want to play with you. Maybe they want to play multiple.
I don't know. I don't know.
You robbing banks?
I think of it now. I was like, if
No.
my mom did find out that I was playing that, she probably would be like, I did not want you to play that game. And I was like, I had a good time though.
No, I just get jealous of y'all because I'm in reverse. My parents didn't let me play M-Ray games until I was 20.
Listen, you
You
want to
have to
feel
be
better?
17.
Here, I'll let you in on a funny fun fact.
What?
Um, I got to play games when I was young. I played games a lot, but my TV was blocked for 14 years. So I missed a lot of
Mm,
cultural references through
mm,
TV and media, and
mm.
especially considering our generation, we were a big, like we're big on media, like obviously how it aged with us too. So yeah, I missed a lot of things like that, and I still have to play catch up with that too.
Mm,
So
okay.
hopefully that makes you feel better.
No, it. No, I don't really care. I mean,
No,
you probably
I just say that it's a funny fun fact to be like, wow, the TV was blocked for 14 years. It
for
sounds like
14
a
years. You didn't even
yeah,
have you didn't even go on
took
your
grounding to
laptop.
a whole new level.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, now that's extreme. That's extreme. Because what if you need to watch the news? Like you didn't tell your mom and
Oh, well,
dad
that wasn't black. You
to
could watch the news, but what kid wants to watch the
to.
news? Like, what was it that was available? It was like ESPN, Weather Channel, and like C-SPAN. And I was like, as a kid, I clearly don't want to watch. The History Channel was blocked, and I think the
The
reason
History
why
Channel's blocked.
I loved it as a kid, but I think it was because certain things that they played were like,
Oh.
you know what I mean? So like my mom
Oh.
came home from work one day and I was like, "Hey mom, did you know that boxing back in the day was so brutal that they rather died than actually come back to their families because they were so unrecognizable?" And she was like, "What?" Just took it out.
Oh. Oh.
Just took it out.
Oh.
Took it out.
Oh. Oh.
But I
Wow.
would I
Okay.
would learn more about facts all the time. Like I would just like sit there, eat cereal or ice cream, and I'm just like, "Ooh, that's
Okay.
interesting,"
Okay. All right. That's a nice combination. The History Channel with ice cream. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or Kit
Kind
Kat
of
bars.
soothes like
Yeah.
all of that while it's like soaking into your brain.
Okay. Okay. I've never thought about that. I never thought about that. Uh, Now you say in these vlogging videos, one in particular, because you go to many events, your number one favorite, at least according, if someone were to even just look at your captions, is DreamCon. Why is that?
Dress is such a it's like an experience all in itself. The journey there, the actual getting there, once the con actually starts. It's always so different, but in such a positive way. It's so interesting because one, we're butt tired by the time we get there, and then we're like, we gotta set up. Then we always it's always a mission because the person I cosplay for, Mike, most epic art, and he literally will research the place to get. Like he'll love barbecue or something like that because the man loves to eat. The man has a show called "What's Making My Back Fat." Just know the passion is real. Anyway, but we will make it a mission to find these places to eat that we've never been to because, of course, DreamCon is in Texas, and of course, how Texas runs is just like everything's bigger in Texas,
Yeah.
and the food is just absolutely like if you find the right places, amazing. So when I go down there, I know we're gonna have a good time, but we're also gonna eat some really good food because people have done their research
Mm,
and they already know where we're eating. They already
yeah.
planned it out. So I'm just kind of like, I'm here for the ride, and I'll vlog it so I can remember it, and that's kind of how it comes about.
Okay. Okay. I love that for you. What's
Thank you.
no no I actually DreamCon is a powerful experience too for that same thing. Especially
Yeah,
just bringing a bunch of black creators together.
absolutely. That I do love. My networking is the best because of that, and I will say that's a great plus as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. What would you say is your favorite thing about conventions? And would you prefer conventions over other types of public events for people to go to?
And I think I've become very comfortable with conventions, considering I've went to quite a few over the years. When it comes to another type of event, maybe it depends. It really depends. I feel like if there is an opportunity to try something that's a little bit different, but it's still kind of based around in that space, I would be excited to try something new. I would actually, aim to go for something different. However, I do enjoy the essence of conventions feeling a little bit more familiar, like a second home, because then you start running into the same artists and the people who go out to be vendors. You get to see them again, and it's just like, hey, how have you been? It's so good to see you again. And I think that's a really comforting feeling too.
Okay, that's a great way to think about it. Now, your content, because we talked a lot about YouTube, but you are on other platforms.
Yes.
Facebook, for example. How do you utilize, as a content creator trying to put yourself out there, how do you utilize these platforms to the fullest?
I love that question. There's a balance. Each platform has a different reasoning or a different way of how it reaches or engages its audience. And as a content creator, my first goal is to see, one, how much can I healthily maintain on my own? And then two, after I figure out which platforms I really want to interact with, how exactly am I just going to express myself in a way that could help somebody or just encourage them. So for like Facebook is usually, you have some time, you went on the Facebook, you're just kind of like scrolling through, you have time to kind of sit through some of the stuff. You're seeing some of the updates between family and friends. So I just sometimes will put posts up where it's just like, hey, I just did this. What are you guys doing today? Or, just a check in or say something silly like, you wouldn't believe what I stepped on the way to somewhere, and just see for interactions. Because some people just get a kick out of it because they're just like, oh, that's really funny. I never thought of that. Instagram, more like similar, but more photo heavy. Of course, have a message there, but still have like pictures that say, this was exactly what I meant behind this message that I'm conveying to you. Very interesting. X is just, I feel like X is always just an experiment. I feel like it's just stepping into the lab. I'm like, I'm just gonna say that I have this video out. I'm gonna put it out there. Or say, hey, I worked on this and I feel pretty good about it. Put it out there. And then I just connect with people sometimes when depending on their following, and just connect with them there. So it really just depends. I know YouTube is like that slow burn of community building, so I continue to work with that. But I mean, of course, if I'm able to build a community anywhere else, I'm more than happy to do that. But it's all based around the same message.
Okay, so on that note, because to list all, and I'm continuing to reference people with your Linktree example. Definitely check out this wonderful human being. But you do actually have quite a few platforms: YouTube,
Yes,
Facebook, Instagram, as you mentioned, X. You have a website. You have a
yes, I did.
you have a Pinterest. You have a
Yes, I do.
TikTok.
I
So
do.
how do you keep up with all that? And a
Very
Patreon
carefully.
too.
I'm
Oh
just
my
kidding.
god! Wait,
No.
what? Wait, what?
I found a way to secretly clone myself. No, I'm just kidding. And so
No, you could, but AI on the rise. You can. I did watch a podcast. You can
I'm
actually
terrified. I would not do that. I
you
scare
can clone. You
myself,
can
and
clone
I
your.
am me. I could not stand another version of me. I could not.
Why would you not? Why would you not stand another version of you?
I'm an
Let's talk about that.
overthinker. Like I would be trying to sleep and it'd be like, "You're trying to sleep right now. We have like tons of things to think about." And I'm like, "No, I need you to sleep too. You need to leave me alone." But I'm just probably being silly. But in that way, like I'm always just in my head just a little bit.
Mm.
But I will say it is. It's a balance, but sometimes some channels do get neglected, and that happens. But it's not intentional. It's not like I'm like, hey, forget you guys, I'm out. It's like I just happen to be focused on something, and then I realize, oh, I haven't been here in a minute, man. Let me show them some love. It's like that house plant, that tough house plant you have, where it's just like you're living your life, and then you realize it's drooping. You're like, oh my god, trying to hurt you. I'm sorry. Let me water you. And then it perks up again. You're good. And you go back onto it. And then you realize it's drooping again. You're like, oh my God. So it's kind of like how certain social media platforms are sometimes. But it's a balance. I need to get my calendar updated for the other platforms to get it more consistent. That's the goal. Consistent across the other platforms as well. So it's a progressing challenge, honestly.
Okay. And how do you plan to keep up that consistency?
Discipline and schedule. If I know what I want to post and on what platforms I want to post and how frequent that is, if that's something that I can do without burning out, then that's how I would maintain those other platforms and do that. Of course, doing a little research, considering on the platforms how often you would want to post or how often it's recommended, and then see between my balance of what I'm able to do and what is really ideal, then I would kind of figure that out.
Okay. Because taking on all those platforms, it can be a lot.
Yeah.
So and burnout, that's a real thing. Which that was something I was going to ask is how do you manage to keep having fun being a content creator and not burning out?
Question. And personally, I'll say I take the time to see the intention in what I'm doing. When it comes to a video that I'm making or the process of just editing, how do I feel? Why did I do this? And is it really fulfilling me? So when I go through that process of creating something, do I feel good about it? And I'm very thankful that I can say yes. Sometimes it's just time consuming. I don't have enough time for it. Sometimes that's where the frustration sometimes lies, and I don't feel like I have enough time. But then there's just times I just want to rest. And rest is certainly acceptable. Do not deprive yourself of rest if you can help it. And it is definitely become something that's helped me from burning out because I've burned out in other places. And so I think I take it very seriously to be very careful not to burn out creatively because I just feel like that would be like a second death and I don't want that.
No, I totally understand. Because you deserve to keep having fun. This deserves to keep having fun. You and just traveling a lot. It's
Mhm.
definitely brought you some good experiences for the most part, and that's important. That's important. You
That's,
deserve to live a happy life, as anybody does. And I'm
that's
glad
right.
that you just keep you having like a positive smile on your face, and it's not a saying of ignorance of like you have to be too happy, you have to smile. No, it is good. It is good to be positive, reasonably. Um, and that says a lot of great things about you. Is what
Shade,
you,
that's so
yeah,
sweet.
yeah.
That's so sweet. Everyone's feelings are valid, and it's not saying that you have to have a smile on your face all the time. Like, even if you
No,
feel moments of being that way, it's okay to feel those things. But there's so many great things to be, thankful for, be happy about. And of course, trying to see the brighter side of things have certainly helped and made a difference in my life personally.
well, no. It just there is a good value to enjoying your life and being happy to be on this earth as you deserve. So that's something. If there is anything to appreciate about yourself that you should definitely embrace, like look at yourself in the mirror, is that you have this kindness in you. You have this positivity in you. That no
Mhm.
matter what, there's something that you're enjoying about yourself and about your life and about your days, which is important.
Absolutely.
Um, because it's easy to not feel that way. Um,
Yeah, very true.
what? Okay, so
Oh,
um,
I'm excited for this question. You
wait,
had
what?
to take a little
I just,
hesitation
I
there.
just no, because I did see something. Um, you had flowers at actually one of your videos. Do you travel to weddings?
Do I travel to weddings?
Yeah, like what? I'm just gonna I'm gonna crash this wedding.
Crash a wedding? You think I'm like an official paid wedding crasher?
Not no, not crash, not like actual
That
crash a
would be an
wedding,
interesting job, would it
like
not? Wouldn't it? Get
not,
paid to crash weddings?
no, not like crash a wedding. Be like, hey, I'm gonna give this these flowers to you. Okay, bye. Wait, who was that person? Or you know what?
Oh, I always wanted to do that. Those are cool.
You
That
know
was
what?
you're talking about the orange flowers?
The orange flowers, yeah.
Those are for my birthday.
Well, they can be for a wedding too. They can be
They could. They could.
no,
They could.
no. Of course, I was just saying like because the color of the let me actually show. because I'm talking about that. I'm talking more than showing. Let me show.
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead. Give them a gander of
not
the
again,
orange flowers.
not again. Well, okay, okay. Um, oh, and do you consider streaming on YouTube? Since YouTube is sort of your primary platform, do you consider doing live streams?
It's cool. I feel like I get a lot of interaction and engagement on them. They're really interesting. I never know what to expect when I hit live on YouTube because sometimes it's like it just gets flooded with people and they just ask the most interesting questions. They'll be like, one person will be like, "Hi, how are you?" And then someone would be like, "Are you wearing shoes?" And I'm like, no. um, but I definitely could say live streams are very entertaining. And sometimes if I'm not able to edit and finish a video on time by a schedule that I usually have, I'll do a live stream to kind of keep them in the loop and say, thank you so much for your support, still engaging with them and showing my face and saying, things are still happening behind the scenes, even though like something hasn't come out yet or something, just to engage with them. That usually is a fun way for me to engage with them.
Okay. But hold on. Actually, sorry. I was in the midst of actually showing this. So this is
You're in
beautiful.
the zone.
This is the no. This is beautiful human beings channel. Phelan's Soleil. Phelan's Soleil.
You got it.
Yeah. No, I no, I like that. But
Thank you.
no. That's what I was saying. These flowers. Like I know what these are for, but like these flowers, I was just looking at them like, you know what? You know what? You could be at somebody's wedding, and just to give those flowers out,
The way
just
I
give
hold
them.
them, I guess it does kind of give that type of impression, doesn't it?
But you could be at a wedding. You could be at a wedding. Now get this. You could be at the wedding of the person that 4 years ago went up to you and said like that's not your car. You could be like, "Hey, here's the flowers. By the way, I'm the guy. I'm the I'm the girl. I'm the Okay, take two. Hey, I'm the chick that you decide to. Why
It's okay.
no, I'm the. Hey, I'm the chick that you decide to be racist to 4 years ago. But anyway, have a good wedding, get married or whatever.
Have a good life. I would do a Home Alone reference. I'd be like, give them like a couple roses or something like that, and be like, keep the change. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But I wouldn't do that. That would be too much.
I don't even know why I said guy. Like me. My pronouns
It's
are
a
all these
very
days.
honestly, I
My
feel like sometimes
pronouns.
guy or like guys can be very gender neutral for me because
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
how you
that's
talk to people, you're like
yeah,
guys, and it's
yeah,
like clearly there's other people there, so it's like I get it
yeah. No,
because I use
that's
bro
what I'm
like
saying.
that too.
Yeah, no, that pronouns they just don't exist anymore. Everybody's they them. What are pronouns? Pronouns aren't a thing anymore. Don't we canceling pronouns? In fact, next election, there will be no pronouns. They will be illegal. If you pronoun yourself, then you will go to jail. Everybody's they them. Everybody's gender neutral.
It's gender neutral.
Everybody's he ha who ha he up there.
There
No,
you
my
go,
my
ladies and gentle thems.
the ladies and them I don't know
Gentle
the
thems.
gentle thems. No, no, my pronouns are any. By the way, I'm a goofball, so that's why I ramble like that. Anyway,
You're all right.
that's
All right.
that was totally off script the whole thing, but
Totally fine.
um, okay, so what are some things that you haven't done that you want to do for your content creation?
There's a lot I have not done yet that I certainly would love to do. And I think just expanding on the cosplay piece being one of them. I know um, elevating certain things when it comes to vlogging, if there's different ways. Wanting to do my first weekly vlog. So sometimes, of course, like I say, I'm always doing research. Excuse me. One thing I would really want to do is look at some weekly vlogs and then be like, okay, how do I really not amp it up till it's like I'm kind of faking it, but how do I make my week or give someone an idea of what my week looks like, and yet it's still entertaining and relaxing and enjoyable to watch? That's something that I've always wanted to do and just wanted kind of get into, as well as just I really want to do more on just playing in the cinematic area, just like playing with different shots, being really creative, the process of it, the behind the scenes. I really kind of want to dive in head first when it comes to just telling a better story. I think that's the one thing down to my roots. I just love telling a good story. So if I'm able to succeed in that and talk about all these different things, I think that's one thing that really will make my inner child the happiest, because I've always loved movies. I was like, if I could be a PA and just follow them all around from the start of the movie all the way to the editing and to the actual movie premiere and everything, I would be so happy. So I think that would be a cool way to make that happen.
So in that, would you get to the point of wanting to have people kind of be like the camera person? Like for the most part, you're doing all these vlogs, all these shots by yourself. But say you're like, I'm gonna have someone, point the camera around, and I'll just do the talking. Do you feel like you want to get to that point, or no? I want to do everything by myself.
May be a point where it may be better to do that, but right now I
Okay.
feel like I kind of like the grassroots feel of it, where it's like people who want to get started or how to start or how you do pull off these creative shots. I kind of like the challenge of the fact where it's like I can say I remembered when I recorded that. That was kind of fun. Like maybe that it still makes it a passion for me, because for someone who's a content creator who thinks about a lot of the things where it's like, if I want to grow at the fastest rate, or if I want to do this, I would want to do X, Y, and Z. However, if this is similar to a passion project, I would want to make sure I do things that make me happy and not really focus too much on that, because that could kill it. And I have to be very mindful and careful with that. So sometimes I kind of go in the middle. So even though the growth isn't as quick, I still enjoy what I do. I learn through the process. I go through the learning curves of getting better in the editor that I use and learning a new trick every single video comes out. I at least learn something new. So of course that progression, depending on that, it may not be as fast as someone if I hired an editor, but of course if they don't understand my style and how sometimes I edit, if I want to make something funny or how I make it funny, it's really tricky. So sometimes I just kind of play that. I sit on the fence. I play on the fence. I sit on the fence.
Okay. No, that's totally understandable. That's totally understandable. Um, do you well on also on that note of kind of what's up ahead for you, do you feel like even getting to the point where because a lot of your videos have been about conventions, do you feel like you want to get to the point where you want to also start filming, uh, I mean, at the beginning you were like out in nature. You were in like some different landscapes. Do you feel like you want to get to that point where you want to do all that stuff again, or just the vlogs are focused on the geek life?
I'd like to have a balance, because I feel like for the geek life, there needs to be some type of grounding aspect of it for me personally. So
Okay.
I enjoy being in the parks and learning more about it and finding ways to just expand and talk about the mindfulness or the things that I've kind of experienced in that time. Because sometimes you have a lot of things you learn there in that space. I will say I run into so many people. We have conversations till late into the morning, early in the morning, and I learn a lot from those spaces because I've made so many friends in that area. However, also when I'm in nature and I'm able to just quiet myself and kind of look at this terrain and look at different things, it does give me another fresh perspective, if you will, when it comes to just how I should go about something, or the next step, if you will. That's usually sometimes a lot of the questions where I talk to people in that. that setting usually.
Yeah. So basically, these nerds need to touch grass. But
It can happen. Sometimes, sometimes if you get
no,
buried
no,
in it, you
no,
might just
no,
need to
no,
touch
no,
grass.
no, no. I'm being chaotic.
You're okay. Sometimes, hey, the park is it's a great place. It helps a lot of people.
No, you're so darn. I'm, for the sake of entertainment and being goofy, I'm exaggerating a lot of these things. But no, you are very sweet, and that's there is a lot of good to that. Like, don't ever discredit kindness and sweetness and all that. Like, that's a bad thing, or that doesn't make you as strong. Um, you are strong. You are a very powerful human being. So don't. Not saying that that does happen, but just in
Yeah.
case.
Appreciate that. It's very
Uh,
thoughtful.
no, no, of course. And the fact that we went through this whole interview and I did not even ask about the little thing that's right behind you. You have like a floating balloon, with a
Yes.
bag. Was it your
Yes.
birthday?
It was in August, but I
Oh,
met some friends late, and
okay,
so they gave my gift late, and they were just
okay.
like that. So I'm like enjoying it, and it's hidden here because like my cat's afraid of balloons, so I
Your
just
cats
have
are
it
afraid
here.
of your cats are afraid of balloons.
I learned that recently. I came home with the flowers and balloons and
Okay.
cards, and I came in through the door, and I was like, "Luma, I'm home," and she looked at me and she started growling, and I was like, "Whoa!" What's this? And she backed up slowly. She's like, I'm like, what's going on? And she did not like the balloon. But in her defense, I would feel some type of way if I saw for the first time this floating object that happens to be shaped like something hovering above me. I guess that would seem a little sus, and I wouldn't be so cool with it either.
Okay. Hoops, do you like balloons? Oh, she's asleep. Yeah, I have a cat off camera. Anyway.
I mean, because it just shocked me. But yeah, apparently, maybe it's like the cucumber thing. Like that just freaks them out.
The cucumber thing. Okay,
Yeah.
well, Miss Lynn, I think the one important ingredient to making sure that I'm pretending to be an old man, but the one important ingredient actually to making sure your cat stays sane and does not freak out over balloons is by giving them a little bit of poggers. See, every scoop, just one scoop of each of these different. Okay, this looks like drugs, but anyway, this is not.
Like your sponsor, you sponsor.
I can
It's like I
make
feel
these
like it's a commercial. Like I'm
suggestions.
sitting on an infomercial where it's like, "Is your cat afraid of balloons?
Get
Does your cat
poggers.
do this? Here,
No, okay, all
try
right, all
this."
right, all right. This is actually false advertising. Do not feed your cat poggers because this is for humans, not cat or pets. This is
Goodness,
this is this is not a pet drink.
you had me fooled. I would have bought 20.
No.
Because you know that deal where they always have, but wait, there's more.
But
Just
wait,
pay
there's
separate
more.
shipping and handling. And it's like,
But
I
wait,
want 20.
but wait, there's more. No,
Or it's like, or SpongeBob, where it's like, what are they selling? What are they selling?
Joy, poggers, poggers, pog. No, no. Okay, all right, all right. No, I do give a word out for my sponsor, Poggers, they are a energy, relaxation, and also sleep drink mix, kind of like G Fuel or Rogue
Got it all
Energy.
going on.
But basically, these different fruit flavors, you kind of open
Oh.
them up, scoop out just a little bit of this. Oh, and this smells like fruit too.
Wow. I just saw that cloud that just showed up. I was like, whoa.
I
I was like, whoa.
I promise this is not meth, but it's.
I, I was like, cool.
Cool, dude, Parker. No,
I was
no.
like, I was just thinking about the old cereal commercials too. It's like you take one and it's like everything it's really animated and it's just like
Yeah, It's all it. No, oh, never mind. I have to shake up, but I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, so no, it's powder. It's basically fruit powder that you mix with water. You shake it up, and basically it's flavored water, but it gets you there's recipes for energizing, for hydration, and if you're having trouble
Ooh,
sleeping, there's sleep mix as well. But yeah,
nice.
special thanks to Poggers for sponsoring the show.
I love
Exclamation
the
mark,
name.
exclamation mark Poggers, and it's 10% off all orders with the code Ponspress, and 10% goes back to Ponspress. Also, the Humble Bundle for us cheapskates looking to get games up in a cheaper price. They're a great discount distribution service for Steam and Switch gamers. Um, so exclamation mark Humble, and 10% off goes to Humble and supports Ponspress as well. But I also am uh, man, the powder just got to me because I was about to say, what was it again? Oh, cherry. Oh God, cherry,
Immediately, they
cherry,
just sold like
cherry,
50 of them.
cherry, cherry, man,
Sales just went up for some reason. The fact that
cherry. Oh
that relaxing is quick.
God. No, you. Oh, okay, all right. um, I enjoy being out here with you. What's okay? I posted links for those who don't know where to follow you, but just for the audio version, where do people go to follow you in the different places?
You can find me at Feline Soleil on all platforms. I made sure I got that on all the other platforms except my website. I forgot I did not put Feline Soleil. It's just Be Soleil. So that's the only thing, but everything else is Feline Soleil.
Okay, okay. And this here is Pawn Express, which is everything is on Pawn Express except Twitter or X, Chase Pawn 64. But I stream pretty regularly. The interview immediately gets saved and stored forever for anybody's viewing. Also, to put clips. The audio
Till you're
portion,
90.
the
Just kidding.
maybe till I'm 90. No, no, like you're kidding, but I think that
You've
might be
seen the
true.
Wolverine Deadpool movie, right?
No, I have not actually. So
Okay.
I.
No, not that wasn't a spoiler, but he says till you're 90. So that's the
Wait,
when
they
you hear it,
said
you'll know.
that. Wait, they said that. That is, man. I, I'm not gonna say it, but I knew some people who like you. If you mention the title of the thing, or you mention something that's already known, they'll think it's a spoiler. So I learned like just if some people just don't want to hear anything. Wait,
Hmm.
Wolverine is in the movie with Deadpool? Oh, God, that's a spoiler. Don't. All right. Shut the f up.
The title.
What do you
He's
mean
just
it's
there.
Deadpool and Wolverine? I didn't know that. God
The
dang, I thought
screen's
it
only
was.
big enough for one of them.
I
I'm just kidding.
I thought it was Deadpool 3 for crying out loud. For crying out loud, you have to spoil it by telling me Wolverine's in the movie. Oh, and the time cop, they're in the movie too. Man, that's a huge spoiler. I can't believe you.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch
No,
it.
that's in the I was anyway.
Oh,
But no, I will. Well, actually, it comes out tomorrow. Of the recording, it actually comes out on digital tomorrow, October 1st. So, people who didn't get to see it in theaters, I think it's now going to be available for home.
it
But
was an experience to see in theaters, though. I will say.
yeah, well, my cheap butt doesn't go to the movie theaters anymore. So, it's going to.
I invested. I get a movie app. So then because sometimes when we go to the shows in a movie like that, because we were at DreamCon, we were in Texas when we saw it. We
Oh,
saw it
okay.
opening night. I
Did you
had
get the
saved up
Wolverine?
several tickets,
Right.
so I bought the whole back row, and I was able to get the points from everyone who bought me food and stuff like that for getting the ticket, and they paid me back. But the
Okay.
rewards for movies, I mean, sometimes it's just a nice little treat to myself to go out and see a nice little movie.
Okay. Did you get the Wolverine popcorn bucket?
Yes.
Okay. Did you include that in your vlog?
N-
No,
I haven't.
I said.
Hold
I
on.
said.
Wait.
I
Wait.
said no, I've
Wait.
seen your. I know the. I know. I've seen. Wait. Wait. What?
I haven't edited it yet, so I did get a
Yeah.
video.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
not edited yet, so I had to think about
Okay.
that. I was like, so I
Okay.
can't say yes or no, but I do have footage of it.
Okay. Okay. Was there the part where like butter dripped on the?
Say again?
Okay. Well, you know what? That's technical issues telling me to. No, my cord disconnected. Hold on. Let me. Let me.
Oh no.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, my computer's like, all right, enough with your nasty butter with this dripping butter on the
I guess
uh,
butter was just that was its limit. It said,
that
all
was
right,
like no
that's it.
butter, no butter, no butter. Okay.
I know.
Uh,
I love people were showing me about butter, how you put the straw there to get the butter down to the bottom and do layers and stuff. I was like, no way.
huh?
Yeah, you get a big bucket of popcorn because, of course, you always got to get a big bucket of popcorn when you go to see a movie. They put a straw down, so when you go over to the area to put the butter there, you drizzle. Your face is priceless right now. You drizzle the butter to the certain layer, so you make sure butter's throughout the batch of popcorn, other than just on the top. Your face is golden right now. It's hilarious.
I'm never gonna use straws ever again. Anyway,
They're bad for the turtles. It's okay. Just throw them
they're
all
bad. Oh,
away.
they're bad for the turtles. Okay, yeah, we no cancel the straws. All right.
I can't cancel this job.
All right, all right. Well, yeah. So this is saved on twitch.tv/sponsor. I like to save the audio for like audio uploads as well. But anyway, um, tomorrow I will be doing GTRP, which is one of the things I do. However, I know tomorrow is also the vice president debate, so still stream anyway. So I will try to
Yeah.
watch that whole thing later. And next
I like it's
guest.
not going to be recorded.
Well, but you know the live reactions.
Sometimes seeing it in the moment is,
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah, man. That the way everybody tuned in that Harris versus Trump debate. So I think they're probably going to be like this year. Um, okay, but yeah, next interview is on Friday with Ms. Des, creator of the Dames for Games and Black Voices in Gaming. So co-creator. But anyway, that'll be it for tonight, and I will see you all later. I guess.